Hello and welcome to a special edition of the Miniatures Rundown, not Sunday Preview Rundown.
Yeah, just regular preview rundown.
No, it's Nova time, or rather it was Nova time, and they had a big old reveal stream. Now, they didn't have much in the way of models, but the models they did have, oh, what models they are.
That is true.
A lot of the stream was roadmap stuff, and we're not going to talk about that today. So, for example, Deathcore of Krieg getting a full plastic release. Cool. We'll talk about that when we actually see the models, because, hey, we're Miniatures Rundown. We care about the miniatures.
Yeah, because what Josh just said is literally all we know.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
So what we do have is, of course, the Blood Bowl Chaos Dwarfs and the Stormcast Eternals. Let's start with our shorter friends.
Yes.
So, first off, I want to say, if this is all that comes of the lead up to Chaos Dwarfs, and there's no actual release of them in Age of Sigmar, that will be the funniest joke Games Workshop has told in about a decade.
The funniest joke GW ever told.
I don't want it to be true because I want to see whatever... Chaos Dwarfs were already on the wacky end of the spectrum for Old World, and for whatever they could do in Age of Sigmar, I want to see those war machines. I want to see those demon engines. But right now, what we have is football.
So what I was going to say was what I thought you were going to say at the beginning of that, was if this is what a updated Chaos Dwarf range looks like, I'm honestly a little interested.
That too. Like, this is the first time we've seen examples of, well, Chaos Dwarves in plastic, really.
Yeah, since, 1999?
No, I believe this is the first time Chaos Dwarves have ever been in plastic.
Ever plastic?
I think. I don't think they had plastics even at the end of the Old World.
Wow.
I could be wrong. I didn't play Old World.
Fair.
And yeah, like, this is actually kind of... So let's, I guess, start with the Hobgoblins.
Yeah.
Hobgoblins.
Yum.
If Hobgrots looked more like this, I'd like Hobgrots more.
I know. I was discussing that last night with one of my coworkers, and yeah, these just look better than Hobgrots.
I mean, that's because these are very classically Hobgoblins, which means they are goblins but bigger and meaner.
Yes.
Which is,
Yeah, I also said you can tell that they're Hobgrots and not regular grots because they're the same size as the dwarf.
Yes. That's basically what a Hobgoblin is.
Yeah.
They're dwarf-sized goblins.
Yeah.
Speaking of dwarfs, though, we get to the actual Chaos Dwarfs themselves, or the Chorfs, as they're often affectionately known. Man, those beard things look a lot better when rendered in this kind of level of detail,
Oh, yes,
right?
definitely. The underbite, the tusks,
yes,
kind of, are very interesting. The hats I could do without.
But no, it's Chaos Dwarfs.
I know, it's Chaos Dwarves. That's like their shtick is beards and hats.
Yes.
But the models do look good.
I actually like these the best.
I wish they weren't so similar. I do like the hold on a minute finger is probably my favorite part.
But, that's kind of Blood Bowl. Is like there's always two bodies.
Yeah, I
and
know.
You get an alternate sculpt, right? This is making me more excited for Chaos Dwarves and Age of Sigmar than anything else I've seen, because I don't play Blood Bowl.
Yeah,
I do have Blood Bowl models, the ones that I like. I have two Blood Bowl teams. I just don't play Blood Bowl.
Right.
I have both the Skaven and the Gnooms.
And they said in this one that those guys, they're guzzling that liquid in order to breathe fire.
Yes.
In Blood Bowl, which is awesome. Yes, I like that.
I do. Again, the finger is just the best part.
He's just like, hang on one
Hold
second.
on. Now the centaurs, the bull render centaurs, or bull centaurs is what they're called here.
Mm-hmm.
They were always my least favorite part of Chaos Dwarves.
That makes sense.
And they still are my least favorite, although they do look better than they used to. It's just the proportions are so weird.
Yes, the proportions are hilarious because the bull part is so huge and the dwarf's part is so small.
It's
like it takes a regular centaur and like puts a morph filter on it.
Right.
These I think look fine. I don't think I like them better than the other dwarves, although I do like the definitely not knuckle dusters.
Yeah. I think that might be pneumatic.
And pneumatic dusters.
These are unfortunately Forge World resin.
Yeah, they're Forge World.
So,
but and two like 40 mil bases in Forge World, that's gonna be kind of expensive, I think.
And then of course they'll get their pre-rare.
Yeah, they always get the spike.
So even as somebody who doesn't play Blood Bowl, I like these models.
These models are cool,
and we're always excited to see new old things in Blood Bowl, because it's always nice to see them take older ideas and cast them in plastic.
Yeah, maybe this is gonna be my finally my Necromunda dwarf team.
That is a challenge. How would you make these guys into squats?
No idea.
I mean, besides give them all guns.
Yeah.
Which I guess you probably wouldn't be that hard. It just all had to be one-handed guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is your Vartigen.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
And and you just don't use the hobgoblins.
Well, I think the Hobgrots might be because I try to do a thing where like the gangers and jubes are visually different from the champions and leader.
These are your gangers.
So the gangers and jubes are the hobgoblins. Yeah.
Okay, that would be a very Chaos Dwarf way of doing things.
Yeah.
That's how the Chaos Dwarfs do. It's like disposable, important.
There you go.
And now we move on to the true pièce de résistance.
And
that's lightning resistance.
The main course, if you will.
Yes. Stormcast Eternals.
Yes.
And I was not expecting this.
Me either.
But I am really pumped.
This model is, honestly, I've heard some mixed things about it, but this model is gorgeous.
First off, the idea of Morgriff is like, okay, Death Griff, like, come on, that's just cool.
That is cool.
That's just cool.
I mean, so it's not a dog griffin. It's just a griffin.
This is just a griffin. Yeah. Well, it's a Morgriff.
It's a Morgriff.
It's a Death Griffin. So this is Írden the Witness. That's not even a reference to everything.
I don't. Oh, it's not.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Why I didn't know what it was.
This first off, I like Írden himself.
Yeah.
I love the chainmail coif kind of thing.
Yeah, it looks sweet.
Again, I often don't like when GW does sculpted smoke or that stuff like that, but this is pretty. It's better when it's not red fire.
Yeah.
The star of the show though is the Griffin for me.
Oh, definitely.
Also, we finally get the like his goal is to, or his job is to go around and permakill Stormcast.
Well, that's the job of the what are they called? The axe wielder guys.
Oh yeah.
But I think he's just like the named character one.
Yeah, I guess.
And also on a griffin.
And now I guess he can get around faster and murder kill his best friends.
The silhouette is reminding me of Belthanos.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. I do like how the Griffin still has tactical rock, even though it definitely does not need one.
It does not need one. They wanted to put it in an angle for some reason. I have no idea why, because it would just look badass.
So you can
it.
skateboard.
And that vibe is skateboarding.
And then this is one of the first dual kits in a while we've gotten for a named character.
That's true. Funnily enough, there is one later in this as well.
Yeah, so there is.
But yes, that is true. A non-character version.
So the Lord Vigilant on Morgriff, which is that not all Morgriffs are Raven-like, apparently, because this is just a very classic Griffin. This is an updated classic Griffin in Age of Sigmar.
Yep.
And that is why I am so incredibly excited.
He looks so cool.
The Free Guild General on Griffin is one of my favorite models they've ever put out. And it's from, Oldhammer. It'll probably make a return in Oldhammer.
Yeah, probably.
That's the other thing. They're releasing Empires of Man next in Oldhammer.
Yeah.
And I would not expect it. I would not be surprised to see that guy disappear from Cities of Sigmar range.
Yeah, fair.
If he's put back in there. But he's got this guy instead.
I do like that the heads are different in that the named character one has the like hawk hood.
Yes, the falconry hood.
Yeah, the falconry. That's what it is.
Whereas this guy just is
free-headed.
I'm assuming he still has his tactical butt raising rock.
Yeah, probably.
Which is a little silly, but I actually like this one better.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Griffin better. I actually don't like the hood as much.
I like the hood.
It is cool. I like the wing armor.
Mm-hmm.
The silver. It's also partially paint scheme. I like this classic blue and gold paint scheme.
That paint scheme is actually really good.
I like this guy's. I mean, it's a halberd kind of thing. I guess it's more like a sword staff.
Yeah, I think there's a close up on it further down. Yeah. Yeah, because it's not a spear.
No.
It is. Yeah, it's a halberd.
Yeah, I mean, technically, well, no, because a halberd is supposed to be part axe.
Oh, yeah.
I believe this is a glaive.
Oh, glaive.
Because, it's a sword on a stick, basically. The fulminators carry them.
Yeah. Yeah, these...
I actually like this guy's model better. I like his helmet a lot. I like the glaive. I hope he has a 3-up armor save despite not having a shield, because if he has a 4-up armor save, I'm going to be really mad.
That'd be very fun.
It says it's particularly potent against those who subvert the cycle of life and death, aka undead.
Anti-undead +1 range.
Yeah, oh god. I mean, it might do that.
Yeah.
But, you know, is what it is. Either way, this is my favorite.
Anti-undead and anti-Stormcast Eternal.
You know what? I just wanted to apply Rend to Night Haunt.
Yeah.
Just to be rude.
Oh, yeah. Ignores your invulnerable save.
Ignores ethereal.
We can't get to that again. We just got out of that in 40k. We can't do it again.
Just once. Just a little bit as a treat. So this is, I mean, we're going to talk about all the other models, but this is my favorite.
Yeah, it's the star of the show. It was very similar with the Skaven. The Skaven, they showed the best model first, and they did that with this one. It's amazing.
Then I do feel like we got less new troops here than Skaven did.
Yes, you're correct.
So we have a new Lord Celestin, who is not a new idea. We've had Lord Celestins for a while.
Yes, this is a new sculpt of a Lord Celestin
yes.
with quote-unquote new options. I don't know how they're doing options in Sigmar, but...
First off, can we talk about how well painted that lion pelt
That is very nice.
in both incarnations?
Yeah, that is gorgeous.
Like, if the sculpt lends itself to that level of painting that well, and that isn't just someone manually doing all that,
Yeah.
that's an impressive sculpt.
Yeah, I like it.
I like this guy better with helmet again, but I like his...
Yeah, even in my 40K, I put helmets on every guy if I can.
If you wear a helmet, you won't get domed in the that one guy did in the trailer for Cruel Boys.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that he is like just going all in on the lion.
Yeah.
I also want to put some kind of stamp mark on here. Dead.
Yeah, it just says dead.
Banned.
Boom.
And then the Lord Relictor. Or Relictor, I guess. I mean, it's a reliquary is the
Yeah.
idea. This guy was one of the best models in the faction.
Agreed.
Sorry, I mean best war scrolls in the faction.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant models.
He is now also
Yeah.
one of the best models in the faction. First off, I'm going for Day of the Dead hood up here.
Yep. Hooded plus, although I'm not sure where his little spikies go. Does he are they retractable?
Yeah, it's like the lion's wing helmet wings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're spring-loaded.
Spring-loaded.
Shunk.
That or it's like a hairband.
For his,
that
I'm
he
assuming
puts-
that is actually like a hairband.
he just puts it over the skull.
It's magnetic.
It's
magnetic.
a magnetic
He-
hairband.
Yeah, he takes it off and it's stored in here.
Oh yeah.
Along with all the other important relics. No, so the Lord Relictor is absolutely fantastic because he's one of your priests. And
Yes.
Stormcast priests are real good.
Yes, they are.
And he's or at least was, a fairly inexpensive foot priest.
Mhm.
So he was often, he's kind of like an auto-take last edition.
Yeah.
And kind of is for the index.
I still think he's pretty good. I did breed up some War Scrolls last night. And despite having Stormcast, I've played them 0 times.
I will say the only thing I don't like about this model is the the Purity Seals tassels.
I don't like the only thing I don't like is the little like lightning behind the hammerhead. Like I wish it was more solid, but it's like I don't know. It's supposed to be the comet, right?
Yeah, it's
the
a
twin-tailed comet.
Yeah.
But I don't really care for that necessarily.
I do also like that his reliquary now is just a coffin.
Yes. I did hear random Mitchell putting in lore is the corpse in there is his corpse. Because before he died and became a Stormcast, that is his human corpse.
Wait, what? I thought that
their soul inhabits a new body. I watched Vince Venturillo's stream, and that's what he said.
I gotta check on that. I thought that their entire body got lightninged up into the heavens. That you,
not their skeleton. I don't know what to tell you.
well, why would he want his old bad skeleton? You got a brand new one. What are you talking about, man?
He's doing it for the spooky factor.
I guess. I mean, probably. So Lord Terminos, this guy was in the box.
This is the guy I was talking about. That's Big Axe.
Although this is gonna be, I believe have more options.
Yeah, he
because
has sword.
You have the sword or the axe.
Yeah.
So that means that it is kind of like they did for Leviathan and Indominus or whatever.
Yeah.
They come out later with heroes that have more options.
Which is great.
So
although I believe for Sigmar, it's generally just like for flavor reasons.
Yes.
You want 2 guys looking different, blah, blah, blah.
Usually, but you never know.
Yeah. I do like that it seems to be that the sword and axe are entirely different models. So that you can use, like if you use the sword, you can have the axe on something else, like as a conversion piece.
Oh, yeah.
Because it goes all the way down to the ground.
That's a good point.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, like even the handle gripping isn't the same. So I
Yep.
bet it's like grips on right here. Like the hand isn't the same either.
Yeah.
This one has some little floof here. This one doesn't.
Oh, yeah, good point.
So I bet it's like this right here is a new piece.
Yeah, this is a very good interpretation. I like this.
You're running out of time.
Yeah, that guy's a little weird.
It's funny.
is a little funny. But yeah, this is also the he's the one that has the power to permanently kill a Stormcast if they've gone too far.
Yes.
I don't know what too far is, but
That's when you lose your humanity. Read the book.
oh yeah.
I'm sure they'll tell us in the new codex.
Sure.
Or, sorry, Battletome.
Battletome. How dare you?
And here's the Reclusians, accompanied by their,
I don't remember what they're called.
they're
Memorian.
yeah, Memoriam.
It says it right at the top.
Yes. But I was going to say they're descendants who get drafted into helping Grandpa Stormscape and Blight.
I forgot about that they were their descendants.
You're going. Your grandfather's Stormscape and Blight, and you're going with him. Do I get the armor? No.
Are you a Stormcast Eternal?
What do I have to
Then no.
protect me?
Here is a staff.
So here's some of the new options, multi-part kits. So
Yep.
you get 3. So these are basically a new paladin class.
Yeah, I could see this as the next interpretation of the Annihilators.
Yeah,
Where
that's
it's
kind
like
of what they are.
Sword and shield or double big hammer thing.
Yeah.
I said sword, I meant axe.
And then here's one I wasn't expecting at all. New Paladors, but not a replacement for the Vanguard Paladors.
Yes, these are not Vanguard Chamber.
These are Stormstrike
These
Paladors.
are Stormstrike Paladors. So they're like a class in between the Vanguard Paladors and the Dracolith Knights.
Right, basically. Currently, Vanguard Paladors are really good.
Yes, they
for their
are.
points. So we'll see what these guys. I liked Paladors a lot
Mhm.
because again, Griffins are cool.
Yeah.
And I think they've aged better than like the Fulminators.
Yeah, I agree.
Fulminators have a little dragon dirt to them, which is fine.
Yeah, I prefer the Griff mounts compared to the dragon mounts personally. If I'm gonna get a dragon and it doesn't have wings, I'm mad about it.
That's fair. That's fair. I like these a lot.
Yeah, these are cool.
Imagery of these.
I like the lance, honestly.
I like it's very I want to put. I know it's a very common conversion, but I like putting Bretonnian helmets on Stormcast
Oh yeah,
because it makes them look more knightly, and this one especially.
would look great.
Although I've never liked that teal armor.
I don't mind the teal. Nice.
This is funny. Dude.
Yeah, I like
So
him.
is there a hole in the helmet?
There
or...
must be, right?
Or is he just going?
he's magically dooting through the metal.
Stormreach portal. Stormcast finally getting their
prerequisite. Everybody gets a
faction terrain
piece. So this looks fine. If they just came out with this as a piece of terrain, I would be like, okay, sure. For how they explained it was, it takes the model off the board so that you can deep strike it.
Yeah.
Rather than deep striking it like you could already normally do.
It gives you the tactical flexibility of deep striking, basically. The idea is you could have someone deep strike, but you could also go back in to deep strike.
I think that's a silly thing. I think they could have done something more interesting.
It's
rules-wise,
It's
obviously.
the same as models who get to move from the board and set up. It's the same as the models who get to teleport.
That's true.
With more steps.
That's true.
And with more restriction. That's all it is. Which is good, because those models are often, if you've noticed, some of the most powerful models in the game.
That's true.
And like people are saying, like, auto take that model because you can redeploy, and especially in this edition, where it's really important to be able to move around the board. That's something that Stormcast don't get to do outside of their initial deep strike.
Right. Once they're there, they're there.
Once they're there. And now I guess this lets you get back in.
I guess.
I mean, it's basically, there's something goofy about this. And you know me, I like goofy. So that's not
I do know you.
That is not a downside to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like, go walk through the doorway.
Go on, go in.
Go get in the TARDIS and appear somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. That one blows me away a little bit. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Yeah.
Either in-game or design-wise.
I need to see this from more angles besides these.
Yeah.
'Cause I'll tell you what, this looks better than this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They should not have shown the front-facing one first. It is, on the top right, it is thinner than I expected.
Yes.
I expected it to be like a...
It's not square.
Yeah, I expected it to be like equilateral. No.
Yeah, equal on all sides.
But it's not.
Nope.
It's like flattened in the middle.
Yep.
Anyway.
And of course, all this will come out in the new upcoming battle tome, Stormcast Eternals.
We
all, hey, at least they got new art for it.
They did very first battle tome, new art. That's impressive. And then the softback version that they're doing, that's like limited edition softback.
Yeah, which is weird.
That is weird.
Wider releases for several of the units which first appeared in Skaventide, such as the Liberators and Prosecutors. They didn't show them here, but they are coming out. As well as the Lord Imperator and Knight Arcanum, who first appeared in Dominion Box 3 years ago.
Yep.
And the Stormcoven, who were part of Underworld's Weird Hollow.
They did show the Lord Imperator and the Knight Arcanum in the video, but they didn't talk about them at all.
Well,
which makes sense, because they're just like solo releases. But they could have put out those solo releases at any point in the past 3 years.
Well, you know what? They finally got to it.
And we will talk about this roadmap since it is relevant.
Yes.
Basically for the upcoming year, there is the Slaves to Darkness release coming later this year, and then I don't remember what they called it, but it's a narrative General's Handbook.
Yes.
They called it something specific. I don't remember what it was called.
So it says, yeah. So obviously Skaven first because they won.
Yep.
Dang right. And then Stormcast are next, and then Slaves to Darkness is number 3.
Yep.
Which I was a little surprised to hear about, but like I'm very happy about.
They did get the Dark Oath stuff like right at the end of last edition.
Yeah.
And they did say that they're getting a new spearhead
with that is Dark Oath.
That is Dark
focused,
Oath,
yes.
which is awesome.
There's also a new spearhead for the Auric War Clans.
Yep.
Because they kind of don't have one besides Cruel Boys right now.
They have the Cruel Boys one.
Yeah. Well, Which I guess now that used to be a bad thing. Now it's a good thing.
It's
right?
better now, although it's still models that if you got Dominion, you already have. But still, the fact that Ironjaws just don't have a way to play Spearhead. If you don't like Kruleboyz, you can't play Spearhead in it.
Right.
That feels a little bad, but I'm glad that they're fixing that.
An army box and individual releases for the Gloomspite Gits.
I'm calling it right now. Updated spiders in that box.
Yeah, I could see that.
Someone was saying the Wolf Riders, like they wanted to expand on the Wolf Riders, but I think the spiders fit them so much better.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see either, honestly.
Yeah.
But the fact that an army box, I'm assuming, means that's also going to be their book too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's no way they release an army box that's only using the index, right?
No, God, no.
No, please don't prove me wrong, GW.
They have not done that. I believe yet.
No, they have.
And
not.
then Unknown Death.
Yeah,
the one after that.
Death after that.
That's all we got.
So basically, we get Skaven and Stormcast, which we all knew, and then we're getting Chaos.
Yep.
Destruction, Death.
Yep.
And then who knows after that. So yeah, I'm obviously pretty excited for these models.
Yeah.
And to see those Slaves of Darkness are coming next.
Yep.
We don't know how soon Skaven will be. I just hope that it's.
These are what, three of your 4 Sigmar factions?
Yeah.
In a row.
No, I mean, because do I want to list my shame on camera? I kind of don't. But I have more than 4.
Okay.
Because I also have KO.
I forgot. Yeah.
And Seraphon.
I keep forgetting you. Yeah, and Seraphon.
And I guess I had cities, although I no longer have cities.
Yeah. I'm
sure I probably could put together 2,000 points of cities, but it would all be old bad stuff.
Yeah. So 3 of your
factions are getting releases. Yeah. And so I've got a lot of building and painting to do.
Yes, you do.
So that's it. There were other things. Death Corps of Krieg are coming in force for 40k. Yeah. We will talk about those models when they come out. Yeah. Same thing for Horus Heresy is getting some extra stuff.
We're not going to talk about what they did to Horus Heresy.
They didn't get a lot of screen time.
They did not get a lot of screen time.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? You're still getting stuff. At least you got mentioned.
They are still getting
They're
stuff.
They're not being put in the minds of we forget you exist yet.
They're not war crying you.
No. Yeah, we'll see what happens with Warcry. Either way, obviously, I am most excited for.
Honestly, I want to put an entire army that is just like these Griff mounts.
Yeah, kind of like we used to be able to, and we still can.
You still can do with the dragons.
Dragon army.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna make me have like 2 different Stormcast chambers, one for Griffin, one for Dragon.
Oh yeah, I wonder what chambers these guys belong to.
I believe these are all Ruination.
Are they Ruination chambers?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Because I looked last night, and there's only 2 Ruination units in the game. There's a bunch of heroes,
right?
But there's only 2 units.
Well, and now we know why.
Yeah,
because they're coming.
Yeah, yeah. These are awesome.
I am so excited. Well, that's it from us for this preview. Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comments below what you're most excited for, or least excited for, I guess. Or if there's anything in the preview that you wanted to talk about that we didn't hit. And we will see you next time. There's something important.
Bye-bye.